Isn't it funny how you want to be in a relationship so bad, and then when you get in one, you self-sabotage it? Whether it be an anxious attachment who has multiple outbursts and just runs and pushes their partner away, or an avoidant attachment who just completely shuts down and pretends that everything's good, meanwhile they are in inner turmoil. Or maybe you're a little bit of both. So if you resonate with this and you say, yeah, it is funny every time I get into relationships, I self-sabotage. You are me and I am you. Because I did the same thing in every single relationship. So obviously the common denominator was moi. And that forced me to finally take a pause and sit with myself and really get clear. Do I want to be in a relationship, or do I just want to be chosen? What is going on here? Because when I'm getting in a relationship, then I'm doing everything to get out of that relationship. And after a lot of deep reflection these last 2 years, I realized that I'm really just scared to be seen fully for who I am. And I feel like that's the case for a lot of us, which is why we go into relationships with our representative, trying to hide these parts, trying to show up more confident than we really are, trying to show up more secure than we really are, pretending. And then after a while, you can't pretend anymore. And this is why you either get super anxious because you're like, oh my God, they're gonna find me out. Or you just avoid altogether because you're like, oh my God, they're gonna find me out. Both parties are so scared to be seen in these relationships. And I realized that was me and all of my partners that I had been with in the past. So in our own ways, because we don't feel worthy or deserving of love, we become a self-fulfilling prophecy. And we self-sabotage and we push people away and we guard our hearts and we're not vulnerable and we really lack true intimacy. And so I realized that self-sabotage is all rooted in fear. Fear that the other person is not going to love you for you, and so you sabotage it because you don't feel worthy or deserving, or you're scared of being abandoned, or you're scared of losing your independence. So how do you stop being scared? I wish there was a pill. All jokes aside, I realized the way that I was going to stop sabotaging in relationships was to actually show up my authentic self, and that takes time. Because a lot of us are running from our authentic self or have no idea who we really are. So that brings me back to the initial question. Do you really want to be in a relationship, or do you just want to be chosen? Because part of being in a relationship is being honest, being authentic, being vulnerable, being truly naked in front of the other person. And if you can't even be those things within yourself, how the heck are you going to be that with someone else? Especially another person who is also equally insecure and doing the same thing. Self-sabotage. We crave love so deeply, but we are terrified of it.